The thing about it is that while we are in this lake of fire, you got a lot of people right now that doesn't even know that we are even in the lake of fire. You got a lot of people that don't want to admit that they are in the lake of fire. You got a lot of people that don't even see the lake at all. So the thing about it is that we are all living in this reality of hell, right? And we all have a key in our body. We all have a soul. We all have intuition. We all have a spirit. And our minds is the key to maneuver us in this reality. This is why they are trying to control our minds. They want us to lose our intuition. Because if we are all in this lake of fire together, we got to get out of this fire. Because ain't nobody going to help us. Have y'all noticed that anybody ever helped us get out of this motherfucker? No. So we have to help ourselves. And the fact that we are living in a reality where ain't nobody else going to help you, not even your own neighbor, not even your own mother. So we got to get to the point where though it's going to come to the point where though we are going to have to save ourselves out of this lake of fire. So what do we have within ourselves that can help us get out of this fire? We have our minds. We have our intuition. We have our thoughts. We have our ideas. We have our third eye that can help us get out of this lake of fire, because everything that I had just named is attached to your spirit. It is attached to your soul. So if your soul is attached to that lake of fire, you are going to be there, because it is something in that fire that's keeping you in it, because there's obviously something in that lake that just won't let you go. But if your mind, your intuition, your thoughts, your ideas, that third eye, it sees that it is in that lake, it wants to get out. So now you are going to use your mind, and you are going to become one with yourself, and you are going to start listening to your intuition. You are going to start listening to your mind, and you are going to start maneuvering your way through that fire till one day you're going to wake up and you are going to be out of it, because it took you. It didn't take nobody. It took you to go within yourself to get out of that lake. And next thing you know, you are going to look and you're going to see everybody else swimming in that lake of fire. But for some reason, you were just watching it because you were out of it. And ain't nobody helped you get out of it. But you got out of it because you was aware that you was in that lake. And you don't want to be in that lake no more. So you actually thought, had ideas, and you used your mind, because knowledge and wisdom is power. Your mind, your intuition, your thoughts is the key. And once we start using that key, we are going to start maneuvering different. Because if you was always in that lake of fire doing the same thing, once you start putting that mind and that intuition to work, you are going to start maneuvering different ways. Next thing you know, you're going to start going in avenues in that lake that you ain't never knew was there. You've been standing in that same lake of fire all your life. Then you start to think about it. You're going to go somewhere else in that fire. You're going to start going somewhere else in that lake and realize you're going to start seeing doors and creeks that you never knew existed. Why? Because you used your mind for once. Like, damn, I didn't even know this was in this lake. Next thing you know, you're going to find yourself going through different avenues and different parts of that lake that you didn't even know was there. If we are not using our minds, we are not going to use it. We are going to continue to let people tell us what this lake is about. We are going to continue to let people tell us that this lake is not fire, but indeed water. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to get to that point where though we got to start listening to ourselves, going within ourselves, listening to our mind, listening to our intuition and our thoughts, and going with that and becoming one with ourselves, and knowing yourself strong enough to listen and obey yourself. Because everybody around you is lying to you. They telling you that you was in heaven and you were in the midst of waters when you are indeed in hell and the fire is burning. So when you're going to start going within yourself and listening to yourself in this lake of fire to be aware that you are in fire. So when you actually get out of that fire and see the hell for what it is, you are going to aim for that water because you got to cool off.